I've never seen like a sofa or like a table right in front of you as a DJ. Like they're watching you like you're in a cinema. You know what I mean? When I went back to the Netherlands, for instance, I showed my friends Cartel, and they were like,
break, drop, build, drop, or
build, drop,
break,
build,
drop, drop again. You know, like
Bang, kenceng bang, kencengan dong. Did you guys learn bahasa?
Can I say it?
Yeah. It's okay.
Yo, welcome back again bersama gua JJX dan
Gua Mandela
di Doms DJ Talks.
Nah, hari ini nih gua nggak cuma berdua nih, Mas Jaya. Jadi kita kedatangan bule-bule ini. Ada langsung aja kita panggil kali ya.
Tapi di disclaimer di sini kalian mungkin episode ini agak susah tapi bakal ada translationnya karena di sini kita bersama bule-bule yang mereka juga lagi aktif di Indonesia. Mungkin kalian juga pernah lihat intinya agak susah, tapi di sini kalian bisa sambil belajar bahasa Inggris.
Pasti aman. Gitu. Karena gue sendiri di sini sebenarnya jadi POV kalian.
Oke. So langsung aja kita introduce bersama, ada di sini ada Len and Bulo.
let's go.
So, how are you guys?
Good. He's hangover.
Hangover.
Oh, yeah,
Did you last night just get like drunk?
Yeah, so played a show last night and
Where is it?
a couple drinks in Lava.
Lava Lounge, Jakarta ya guys,
Jakarta.
So I'm curious, like, just introduce yourself. What is your real name? Okay, I know you're Len, you're Bulo, but
Zach, real name Zach.
So
Zach, yeah.
Bulo Zach.
So my last name is Bullion, so just shorter, Bulo.
Bulo.
Easy
okay.
lah.
Yeah. So my name is Lennart actually, but Lennart sounds a bit nerdy, so I just did Len.
Len.
Yeah, and my surname is Hoftijzer, and I don't know anything to make a cool name with that, so just do Len.
Okay.
Easy.
Yeah, so where do you come from?
From Australia.
Australia.
Yeah.
And you?
I'm from the Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Belanda.
Jadi kalau kalian tahu, sebenarnya gue udah kenal sama mereka nih dari kayak tahun lalu ya, last year, right? I know you guys already like it's been a year.
I think longer for you though, right?
Yeah, Len first and then you, but it's just like a couple of months and then like, I know you also. Jadi gue udah kenal mereka lama, jadi karena sekarang mereka ini lagi di Jakarta nih kebetulan, jadi kita ajak ngobrol.
Pas banget ya.
Nah, karena kebetulan ini topiknya juga, kenapa kita ngundang mereka, karena gini, kita pengen tahu nih POV dari seorang bule yang tinggal di sini dan kita juga pengen tahu nih sebenarnya di luar negeri sana itu seperti apa guys, secara dancing-nya, di lagu-lagunya, DJ-nya, talk about DJ Talks seperti judulnya. Jadi kayak kita ngobrol di sini, kita cari tahu apa perbedaan dari kita sama orang-orang ini.
Dan yang paling menarik tuh sebenarnya transisinya ya dari maksudnya dari culture bule gitu kan, dari Australia, Netherlands, terus apalagi Indobans gitu di Indonesia ya kan. Gimana nih transisinya nih? Jadi ini bakal seru sih.
You guys know what I'm talking about?
Sedikit.
But you guys can speak in bahasa, right? Or like just little?
Sedikit.
Just words.
Where did you guys learn bahasa?
Can I say it?
It's okay.
Cancuk.
But the only bad words.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also like 1, 2, 3.
But did you guys take lessons like a bahasa school or?
We learned the bad words from Aloy actually.
Yeah.
Aloy gurunya jadi.
Pantesan dia bahasanya kotor-kotor.
He's our teacher, but for the bad words.
For the bad words only.
But most of it is just like because being around Indonesian people and hear them talk, so
just
you
pick
can
up words.
Okay, yeah, I see.
And now just for fun, sometimes when we talk, we just
try
bosku.
Because you guys making content like in Indonesia, especially you make content like Indonesian jokes ya. You can see them. Kalian bisa lihat di TikTok kayak Len terutama itu suka bikin konten-konten nggak jelas kadang. Tapi kayak udah nggak sempat bikin konten lucu-lucu gitu, bully Indonesia gitu.
Yeah. Like anjay and cute. Yeah.
So but you guys lives in Bali.
Yeah.
Right for now. But now you're moving to Jakarta just like for vacation or something?
Well, we're here now for 5 weeks to see if we really like it, but the first couple days are already like mantap. So I think we're gonna
Jakarta keras, guys.
So now, so far so good. Love it, and it's nice to be around you guys. Like the whole industry is here, so
it makes more sense work-wise, you know.
Yeah.
Like everything's happening here.
Like Bali is great. Like it's an amazing island, but it can be a little bit too chill. Like more like holiday vibes, and we wanna be more busy in Indonesia, and like being in Jakarta. Living in Jakarta gives so much more options. And
Exactly,
it's easy
because like the Jakarta is like the main city too, and just wanna feel how everything works and
and
explore.
you can go like to a party where one of you guys is playing every day, so it's nice to network. It's just more.
Betul, itu guys bahasa the word that Len just said, networking is important if you wanna like works in entertainment pasti kerja di entertainment gitu-gitu tuh penting. Bahkan nih bayangin Bule aja niat lo networking kemana-mana gitu, karena gue dulu juga gitu harusnya karena kita nggak bisa ngandalin dari ini juga, kita penting networking ya.
Pasti dong.
Gitu. It's funny though, because it's like networking, but then it becomes like friendship, you know?
Exactly.
Like it's not like, oh, I'm going to go out to meet this person to get something from them. It's like, see what they're about, see what happens, and then like how we become friends,
make friends,
show up.
Personal networking.
That's
just a business networking, right?
But also just have a good time, you know. Like don't expect anything in return. Just have fun and see what the guys play and let it flow. See what works for that crowd. Just absorb everything and have fun. Like if you show up everywhere, like people gonna remember you the next time, and I think that's.
Dan ini ada satu informasi penting buat kalian yang bingung mau download lagu DJ, kalian bisa ke www.kupingdj.com karena di sana lengkap banget, ada lagu-lagu DJ, ada DJ set yang lengkap urutan hot queue, looping, urutan lagu, jadi bener-bener kalian tinggal mainin aja, dan itu juga support record box, Serato DJ, virtual DJ.
Betul, dan yang kalian nanyain set gue di mana bang? Jualnya tuh JJax di YouTube, gue jual ada yaitu di
Kuping DJ.
You know what Kuping DJ means?
No.
Kuping DJ. So basically, there is a website that Doms owns. It's called Kuping DJ. So you can buy songs. It's like a subscription.
It's like a
one-time
DJ pool.
Yeah. So you can buy
cool.
songs for easy. It helps a lot of DJs around Indonesia.
So it's like you buy a subscription for 1 year, or how does it work?
Yeah, we have buy a packs, not a subscription.
Okay. So like one time, like you get like let's say one pack for like let's say 200 songs.
So like mashups.
Yeah, let's say you choose like big room packs or like beta or whatever.
Mantap.
Let's sign up after this.
Iya, karena mereka perlu lagu-lagu Indonesia nih.
Iya, benar. www.kupingdj.com.
Kupingdj.com.
Okay.
So guys, I have one question for you. Like, why you move to Indonesia? You're from Australia and you're from Netherlands. Indonesia is so far, you know.
Oh yeah.
But why? Why Indonesia?
Like it was actually a lucky shot, to be fair. Back in the days, I was just bored in the Netherlands. Like I was like looking for a new environment to be in. So it was either I wanted to go to Bali or to Thailand.
Okay.
And I decided to go Bali first, and I loved it straight away.
Yeah, Bali is the first stop for Indonesia.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So then, I arrived in Bali, and it was so good, and you meet so many new people, new culture, and overall the lifestyle was just way more suitable for me, like how people live in Indonesia. So, that made me decide to stay here longer. Like I have way more fun here than in the Netherlands.
And how about you?
Yeah, so my story is different. So I come here on holiday in 2019. So that's the year I started learning how to DJ. And then I was at Lexi in Bali, and then I met Jesse Wild. Shout out Jesse Wild.
Jesse Wild. Sebenarnya jadi gini, informasi mereka ini tinggal bareng Jesse Wild di Bali. They move in one house. There's 3 of you, right, moving together. But Jesse is not coming to Jakarta. Maybe he's coming
maybe
later.
Bahasanya apa ya anjir? Nyusul.
Nanti datang.
Ya, nanti datang.
Besok.
Bakal nyusul katanya, so gitu ada Jesse Wild juga.
Oh, jadi ketemu Jesse Wild dulu justru pas ke Indonesia.
Gua kenal mereka juga tuh dari Jesse Wild sebenarnya. So because at the first Jesse was told me about you guys actually, like also you, right? Like also Kohani yang from Atlas told me. Akhirnya gua kenalan sendiri juga gitu.
So you three are Bali boys, right?
Yeah. Bule gila.
Like, okay, before you moved to Indonesia, basically, what's the background? Like, what did you do before that? Like, are you guys already a DJ or producers, or where did you start? What's the story?
I started actually as a music producer. So I was already producing music for a couple of years and also played some gigs in the Netherlands. But I was working like a day job on the side to make money and to make a living. But the time I moved to Indonesia, like my plan wasn't actually to be like full-time DJ and producer. I had no clue how I was going to manage that. So I was just over there as well, making music for fun and just see what happened. And one day I got approached by Kohani at Atlas, and he offered me like a job to be like a music producer at Atlas, and that's actually how it all started. So that's why I started DJing like full-time. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was working full time for years, like in construction, building high-rise buildings.
Construction?
Really? Yeah. So I started just learning to DJ for fun.
Pantesan anjir badannya bagus ya.
Yeah.
You really have a good physique.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's why.
Okay.
But yeah, I was just DJing for fun in 2019. I started because I just loved it and liked going out, clubbing, and things like that. And then 2021, I think, was when I landed my first residency just in a club. But that was only 2 nights a week, so Friday, Saturday. And then, I only became full-time DJ in July last year, so 1 year ago, when I moved to Bali.
So you're quite new then?
Yeah. So like, DJing for a long time, but not a lot, you know.
Like full-time profession.
Yeah, full-time only, not even 1 year, so.
Yeah. And then, what's your genre? First you have a music production, and then when you go to the DJ. How about the genre?
When I started making music, I was like inspired by Hardwell, I think Eric, Dimitri Vegas, like Mike. Like I saw them at a festival in Holland, and I was like, how do these guys make that music? So went to YouTube, how to make music like Hardwell. And so like eventually I started making big room and progressive house, because back in the days that was like in Europe really big, like the golden era. And that's how I actually started.
And how about you?
Yeah, same, like big room festival sort of music, but when I started playing like in the clubs and stuff, it was more tech house, commercial, being a resident, you know, so playing to the crowd. But I always tried to put my own twist on it with like the more big room festival stuff. But yeah, it's hard. When you're a resident, you know, you can't sort of do that. You know, you have to play.
Agak open format.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, like, what's the surprise since you were guys moving here? Like, okay, you play there, you're playing with the genre that's in your country, but what's the surprise when you move here? What's the difference that you feel?
Everything is different.
Yeah. But the biggest thing for me, the first thing, was like how quick you mix here.
Yeah.
Like quick mixing, you know, with hot queuing and like...
Is it a real thing? But like, I'm curious. Okay, we all mix. Yeah, we love to put the BPM higher and mix quickly.
But like especially with the hot cues.
It's not a thing in
like drop to drop. Like really, like after like 8 or 16 bars, boom, straight another drop. You know what? Like you never hear it in Holland.
Yeah.
Oh really?
It's a lot slower.
Yeah, like, more in and outros.
So like appreciate the music, like the whole music together, and then you.
But even
also like
it's still like quicker, like still like breakdown, drop, and then you can go into another breakdown, drop. Whereas here it's like break, drop, build, drop, or
build, drop,
break,
build,
drop, drop again. You know, like ba ba ba.
It's also more like breakdowns in, I don't know how it is in Australia, but in Europe it's like more breakdowns as well. Like,
so I see.
Like the middle parts of the track. Like here you just skip them, or like make them shorter. Like just so you go
but
like to the last part of a breakdown.
Like it's still the same. Like I don't know the word. Like concept, like commercial is always.
Okay, the concept of the song is the same, but it's like the way we
you do it
of the
is
song.
just like so fast.
So
but it's good. I love it because it's like good energy too. Like keeps the floor
I
moving.
cannot imagine if I move to one of your guys' countries. It's gonna be weird if I mix that fast.
You have lived in the Netherlands, right?
Yeah, I've lived in the Netherlands. Yeah. Jadi fun fact, gua pernah sempat tinggal di Belanda dan gua pernah nge-DJ. Yes, I still remember. I don't mix the song that fast.
No.
That's true. Jadi gua waktu itu mainnya tuh nyantai banget, guys. Jadi maksud gua, yang penting mood vibe-nya itu tetap lu nggak terlalu melo, ngerti nggak? Tetap nyambung, tapi memang cara mixingnya tuh beda gua akuin gitu. Kalau gua ingetnya memang iya, jadi
nggak secepat di sini ya.
By the way, waktu itu gua juga tahun berapa ya? 2017 kalau nggak salah. So juga gua kayak waktu itu juga trennya di Indo juga nggak begitu secepat sekarang
belum,
ya.
belum.
Iya,
Tahun
bener.
itu belum.
Karena gua merasakan I felt that pokoknya intinya pas gue masuk HW itu gue main mixing open format tuh yang lumayan.
Semenjak open format?
Iya, semenjak open format tuh jadi kayak ngerasa
cepet
bosen gitu. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But also the clubbing scene is way different in Europe than
all these sofas too.
in Indonesia.
Tell us what's the difference.
In Australia, it's like dance floors, right? And like sofas more next to the DJ booth or on the sides of the club.
Yeah.
Whereas like you walk into clubs here and it's just tables and sofas in front of the DJ.
Right in front of a DJ.
Oh, so there is
It's more dancing scene back home.
Yeah.
So it's a different culture. Like in Asia, we love like
VIP booths and like that. It's way different in Europe.
Lebih banyak ini ya.
But I think it just comes down to the culture of what people are doing in the clubs, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see. Because of course, like if you have a dance floor, it's of course way more fun because that's what you do as
what
that's
it's
what you do in the
supposed to be,
club.
right?
Yeah, it's supposed to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Iya bener guys. Jadi ya juga sih. Kenapa ya kita kok suka apa ya bahasa? Kalau lain bilang tuh kayak layanan gitu kayak dikit-dikit.
Iya, kalau di sini
Karena temen gue
pelayanan
gitu.
kan.
Iya, temen gue juga kayak
VIP gitu kan.
gue pengen datang lihat lu dong, masih ada table nggak?
Ada sofa nggak gitu
Kan
kan?
lu datang harus
Iya,
duduk
iya,
gitu
iya,
kan,
iya.
bisa di bar atau bisa di mana gitu ya?
Agak beda berarti ya?
Agak beda, it's a bit different.
Standing partinya kurang ya?
Iya.
Like you have, obviously you have like VIP booths in Europe, but like I've never seen like a sofa or like a table right in front of you as a DJ. Like they're watching you like you're in the cinema. You know what I mean? Like, hello.
You experience that, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like when the person is not drunk yet and you're like,
Yeah,
I
they
think
just-
also like Indonesian people are shy. A lot of people are like, you know, sort of more shy. And Western's a bit
until they have
more
enough
gila, you know. I don't know.
I think it's not only Indonesian. I think it's just Asian
Asian
general.
style.
Asian
Of
general.
course, yeah.
What about it? I know after we've talked about this before. How about the way of we drinks alcohol?
Gila.
I know it's
Crazy.
different, like in Europe
Yeah,
and Europe culture and
Yeah.
Asian
Asian
culture.
culture.
I want to know from what do you can you tell?
So, like already difference in Holland, we don't have whiskey at this time of the day. But cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. No, like you guys drink straight from the bottle here.
Yeah, but that in itself, you cannot do that in a club, right? Like if you buy a bottle, you have a waitress or a waiter that pours it for you, like responsible serving of alcohol. Like you can't just grab the bottle and drink it yourself.
Well,
Like it's illegal to do that.
it's legal right here.
So
Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah,
So it's
but also the type of drinks. Like everybody here
Yeah.
loves whiskey.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I've never experienced it in my life before. I went to the club and somebody orders whiskey for.
Yeah, it's very different.
Yeah.
What are they drinking? Like I mean, what? Okay, let's say us in Indonesia, if we want to go to the club, let's say like we go for like 4 of us.
Yeah.
Of course, the one thing that we need to know is just one bottle needs to be there.
Yeah.
We're not. Well, I'm not saying all of us drinks like slow, like let's say have a beer or let's say have a shot or a cocktail, but mostly is
Liquor or spirit ya?
always a spirit that is like heavy, like whiskey.
Heavy.
Always like that. I want to know what's the difference in.
Yeah.
Well,
Robert,
what
you-
I've experienced, a lot of people in the Netherlands, they drink at home first. So they get like as
Okay.
drunk as possible at home.
Pre-drinks.
Pre-drinks
Yeah.
at home, and then they go to the club, and then they just drink beers or wine or like rum coke, rum cola, or like a vodka Red Bull, but not like they like buying a bottle. It's not really common.
It's not a thing.
Not a thing. No, it's more like you wanna flash with the bottle.
Is it because
like
it is expensive, or is just
yeah,
it's just not like that?
It's expensive as well.
Yeah, it is
It's expensive as well, but it's like similar price almost to here.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's more like not. They don't think about it. Like more, if you buy a bottle in the club, it's more people want to prank of like be like proud with it, if you know what I mean.
Like the VIP.
Yeah, like the VIP.
Yeah.
Like it's different culture.
Yeah, see, in Australia, like bottles is still like common. Like a lot of people still do it, but it's vodka.
Yeah, as well.
And
This is interesting. I want to know
tequila.
what's the favorite liquor. Like that's in Australia.
Yeah, so it's like all the young people who go out
Uh-huh.
who drink like vodka lemonade or vodka raspberry and vodka Red Bull, and then like the people who buy bottles and stuff, it's still Grey Goose and
Also in the Netherlands, zelf vodka?
If they buy a bottle in the club, it's mostly vodka or sometimes even Jägermeister.
Dari Jerman guys,
Yeah.
betul Jägermeister. You like
Jägermeister
that?
as well.
You like Jägermeister?
Obat
Not
batuk
really.
ya?
Not really.
We call it cough medicine.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Obat batuk, it's Indonesia
Yeah,
because okay, in Indonesia we have this medicine obat
OBH,
batuk.
OBH.
It's called OBH.
yeah.
It tastes
Like
literally
like a Jägermeister.
almost the same
Yeah,
as
yeah.
Jäger, but different additional alcohol. But the taste is like same. It's weird.
But Jägermeister, you have to drink it really cold, like out of the freezer.
Cold?
I just know
Really?
this.
Yeah, you have to. It has to be like super cold. Like the bottle has to be icy. And like,
Oh really?
Yeah. Then
I just know this.
tastes
I just
way
know that
better.
it needs to drink. The combination is with the
With Red Bull.
Red
Jäger
Bull.
bomb.
Yeah,
Jäger
that's
bomb.
like the
But the Jägermeister itself has to be like freezing cold.
Okay.
Like then
that's
it's
like the
best.
traditional thing,
Yeah.
right? With Red Bull.
That's not traditional.
Oh.
It's more like.
I don't know.
No,
I thought
no.
that was like
No,
what it
it's
was
like
about.
that's for like for in the clubs, like for easy to
okay.
drinking. But like if you want to do it like pure, it's better to have like freezing.
Like the Indonesia style, pure baby. Just straight out the bottle.
Jadi tuh guys, bedanya ini ya memang unik ya. Karena gue juga baru tahu nih Jäger kayak cara mereka minumnya itu beda banget sama kita.
Dimana vodka yang lebih favorite ya di sana ya?
Vodka. Nah, ini juga fakta unik. This is one unique fact that if you know, Indonesian people don't love vodka.
Iya,
Benar.
iya.
Yeah.
But now
It's too dry.
I like vodka. You know, like we drink those together. But
Yeah.
mostly here they don't drink stuff like that pure. They love like something sweet and whiskey. It's just the thing.
Well, where were we? Oh, in Cambodia we had a show, and because we have vodka on the riders, and they couldn't get it or something. What was that? Where was that? And then we had to drive around trying to find vodka just for the show. Because it's all whiskey, same like here. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Ya guys, itu dari pembahasan tentang lebih ke culture.
Culture
ini ya.
party-nya ya.
Culture party. Mungkin
Ternyata
sekarang kita
ada
bisa
perbedaan gitu kan.
tanya Culture apa tentang lebih ke musiknya kali ya?
Lebih ke music boleh
The
sih.
scene kayak beda dari mereka gitu.
So guys, how is the dance music scene different in Australia and in Netherlands
Compared to Indonesia,
compared to Indonesia?
totally different.
Totally different.
Like right now in Indonesia, of course, Indobounce is everywhere.
Yeah, it's new.
Nowadays.
Nowadays it's everywhere. Like in the Netherlands, it's more like for the clubs like tech house, some places techno. Also like Moombahton, like you know like traag, you know that kind
Like
of track.
Lagunya Busy kalau ini
Busy.
kayak gue pernah nyetel Indo banyak lumayan tahu sih. Busy tau nggak Busy yang MC-nya
Yeah.
Yellow Claw?
Yeah.
Dulu.
Yeah.
Gue lupa lagi.
Ada tuh, mungkin bisa di-spill nih lagunya traag.
Yeah.
Itu-
Like
itu
that kind of
terkenal.
vibe, like 100 BPM,
Yeah.
like Latin, that kind of vibe. I don't know how it is in Australia.
Yeah, like tech house, but still commercial, like acapellas and stuff. But yeah, even like the old party stuff still, like Pitbull and things like that. Like,
I think that works worldwide.
but there's still but there's still like niche, you know, like still hardstyle clubs and events, some techno things I see happening, but yeah, it's still more the safer, housey sort of stuff like that.
And then, sorry, and then, how do you feeling when first time you hear Indobounce in Indonesia?
Yeah, well, I was just like I've never heard of it before, so I was like, what is this? That was my first reaction.
Same. I remember when we met at Atlas, and I was working in the studio back then, and we were just talking about music, and he showed me Sahara from Wisnu Santika.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Iya, gue kasih tau dia lagu Wisnu Santika, Adnan Veron terutama.
yeah. And I was like, what is this? I have no clue. Like how do you dance to
Yeah,
this?
that's the thing. It's like how do you dance to it?
Like, but it's like unique as well in a certain way. Like I haven't heard it before, so that's cool. But yeah, then I saw you guys. I don't know if it was with the package or like like a solo show, and I saw like the club ramped and everybody like going crazy, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, for real. Like
even like more RAM than when they get a massive international.
Like okay, how do you guys feel about like okay, now you live in Indonesia and like what's the challenge, the biggest challenge? Like how do you adapt on this?
Yeah, well you have to adapt.
You have to follow.
Yeah,
you have to follow.
Do it in your own way.
Yeah, so that's what we're trying to do. Like, yeah, we're not Indonesian, but we try to evolve your culture in our sets as well.
Well, that's important. Like, obviously, your brand and you is important to be yourself as much as you can, right? But at the end of the day, as a DJ, we still have a job to entertain people, bring people into the club, and make the club money. Like, that's the bottom line of being a DJ. So, like, you have to put your ego aside and still make it fun in your own way, and then just have fun with it. Like that's why we do music, because we love music, same as you. So
exactly.
Yeah, you just gotta find your own way of having fun with it, I guess.
Gue setuju sih kata mereka. Kita DJ memang kita ada branding, ada segala macam. Gue juga punya teman DJ,
idealis lah ya.
Iya, yang meskipun dia udah terkenal segala macam, tapi di belakang layar yang kalian tidak tahu adalah kita itu kadang tetap mikir kayak gimana caranya, meskipun gue ada idealis nih, tapi gimana caranya apa sih ngomong kayak
tetap bisa masuk ke orang-orang gitu kan?
Karena intinya DJ itu memang menghibur orang gitu dan mengedukasi juga menurut gua gitu. Jadi kayak oke, main gitu-gitu aja, tapi buat apa yang buat kita berbeda dan cara lu ngedukasi orang gimana tapi tetap fun gitu kan.
Itu challenge-nya ya.
Challenge-nya itu kayak mungkin di alam memang bule-bule ini pindah ke Indonesia, mereka main kayak mereka biasa kan aneh terus harus mengikuti gitu ya. But you guys also the one that I like is that you guys are also active on making contents, right? Like I saw you guys making. Kalau kalian tahu Becak Never Dies, that the one that it was that combination between the big room and the Indo Bounce. It's just unique, and that makes you something different from anyone else that I noticed.
That's cool.
I like it.
That's cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's how we kind of try to do it. Like we
bring something different still. Like Indo Bounce is unique, but. Yeah, like Len said, we're not from here, so we want to embrace the culture, but still do it in a different way and give people a different experience as well. You know.
Yeah, well, it's a challenge sometimes to like incorporate it, but it's also fun.
Like making the content and stuff is fun as well, you know. Just having
fun
with it. You know?
But even making the music,
I mean,
that's actually fun.
Like go for dinner and just try and think of ideas and
and it's also like we don't really think when we make the music, we're just having fun with it. Like, oh, okay, it's okay, put it in, yeah, that's fun, okay, it will work. Like, I don't really overthink it. Like when you make like just normal big room music, you think about like, oh, whoa, and this we just do for fun, and then we have fun in the studio as well, and that's good.
That's very productive.
But you guys, how about like, are you guys enjoying it, or like you're trying to adapt because you're also adapting? So
well, like. Yeah, how do you say this? We enjoy it, but like, of course, like not all the Indo Bounce edits. We like personally I'm like, oh, that's hectic. You know what I mean?
Like very busy with the synths and stuff like that.
That's too much. But like some of the edits, they're like really good, like and really unique in a certain way. So,
but it's also a big thing too. Like when you're playing it and you see people on the floor having fun, you're having fun as well. You know? That's our job to entertain.
Especially right now.
You're vibing off the energy of the people, so it's fun.
Yeah, but if you play Indo Bounce right now, you see the crowd going crazy, so that makes you happy as well. So that's good.
Oh yeah, but also one more thing, the biggest difference too, like in Indonesia to Australia, that you can party 7 days a week. Like there's only limited places you can do that in Australia. And it's not as good. Like you can fly to I don't know, some city here like Padang or something on a Tuesday and the club's rammed. Like you don't get that in Australia.
Really? Yeah. So it's not open
it's like
every day?
a weekend warrior thing in Australia.
We open like 24/7.
Yeah, it's like
every day.
What do these people do?
Yeah, but that's what I love about Indonesia. Like, for real. like you don't have to go clubbing, but like you can do everything in this country at any time, anywhere.
Anytime, anywhere.
It kind of feels it's 24/7 all the time. Like you don't do it stuff 24/7.
Jadi kalian bersyukur guys yang kalian suka mabuk ya di sini.
Tiap hari ada ya.
Tiap hari ada, di luar negeri nggak ada bos, bosen, lu bingung mau ngapain. So what days like it's like open in Australia or Netherlands?
Like obviously the biggest days are Saturday.
Yeah, that's
same like here. Right?
Saturday, weekend of course.
But yeah,
weekend,
mainly like Fridays, Saturdays, and like Sundays, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday can be quite common. But yeah, like Saturday's always the biggest night. But there is a couple clubs that are open Monday through to Sunday, but it's just quiet on those nights, more so.
In Holland, it's mostly from Thursday until Saturday. Sunday sometimes.
Thursday itu Kamis ya.
Kamis.
Yeah, but like Thursday is mostly in like the cities where the universities are. So like Thursday
like uni parties.
Yeah, uni parties.
Den
Haag.
Exactly, like that's the student night out, and then Friday, Saturday is just regular.
Same like
weekend.
Australia, like.
And some diehards they party on Sunday, but most of them are like hangover on Sunday. They don't even bother to go party anymore. And Monday they have to work.
Yeah, a lot of people are working Monday to Friday. That's like the culture there.
And
is
here
like
people party on Monday like it's Friday, you know, like go all in.
Yeah.
We people who like even if they're working tomorrow in the morning, they don't really give a damn. Like
it's
they
crazy.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's cool. I love that. That's amazing.
Unik ya anjir.
So guys, who was introduced the Indo Bounce first in Indonesia to you guys?
Jaya. Yeah.
Mungkin salah satu karena because I met them di Bali like I actually one of the person who introduced them the Indo Bounce songs and so on. Dan gue juga bilang ke mereka guys, maksudnya ya karena mereka sekarang di sini, mereka sekarang hidup di sini, mereka harus ngikutin di sini kan. Gue bilang mungkin kalau mereka bukan pakai bahasa. Kalau mereka akan melanjutkan dengan tipikal mereka itu malah agak berat kan, mereka main kayak big room apa segala. Sedangkan sekarang kita di sini agak susah kan.
Untuk komersilnya
komersilnya kita di sini Indo Bounce. Gue bilang gimana caranya, lu kan mereka bikin konten atau bikin musik juga. Gimana caranya kayak mengimplementasikan kayak just mix between how do you like what I'm saying, how do you bahasa Indonesia dulu. Intinya gue bilang ke mereka, gimana cara kalian itu mengimplementasikan mencampur idealis mereka tapi juga ngikutin komersil sini gitu, gimana ya? So I told to the audience like I told you before like you guys need to like make it as 50-50, right? Okay, you guys have your own taste, but you guys now living in Indonesia, so you need to how like what's the strategy to mix? You should mix in between, right? Like for example, you guys make
open format sort of stuff.
No, the songs like I mean like you guys make a remix of a big room, and in the bounce at the same time, and becomes like. The song that you guys make, the Big Room Never Dies.
Well, you know? Mostly if we're gonna make like edits or remixes, what we do, we just go to our record box and see what tracks we already play, but like
what already works for the crowd.
And then, we try to make that in our own way in Indo Bounce style. So that's actually how these edits come. But a lot of songs are already done as well, because everybody kind of plays the same songs, like you know which songs works. You have to find like now the niche for the good edits.
So it's also for good information for the audience watching. What's the strategy for you? How do you make the portion? Let's say in 100% in your set, how many percent is in the bounce? How many percent is your style of music?
Depends on the venue. Depends on
let's
the
say
venue.
on general venue in Indonesia that you've played everywhere before. Let's say in Jakarta.
It's different now because we've made more of the switch to more Indo Bounce.
We commit
like how many? 60-40 or like 70-30?
60-40 I would say.
60-40.
64 in the bounce.
Alright.
So like 60% of yours, 40% of in the bounce.
But mostly we start our sets just with the big room, like that kind of stuff, and then we switch into Indo Bounce, and then later
just
on maybe
up and down,
go back up again. But it really depends on the venue actually.
It's different now because especially with living in Jakarta, it's going to be more Indo Bounce and things like that.
Yeah, that's one of the strategy kayak bagi lah.
But it's good because it's refreshing as well.
Yeah.
And it's still new for us. So
because I'm also one of the person who introduced you to In The Balance. I want
Exactly.
to give you a gift.
Oh,
How do you say it's a
Oh.
food? Like I brought a food. Ini dari Surabaya guys. So this is nasi goreng.
Ooh.
This is a special recipe from because I just arrived from Surabaya like yesterday. You can just maybe like taste it.
Jadi udah naik pesawat aja ya?
Udah saya bawa dari Surabaya bos.
Surabaya.
But I'm sorry that's a bit cold already, but
That's
yeah, it's
okay.
fine. And then if you guys taste this one, it's klepon.
Klopon.
Klepon. It's
brown sugar
it's
inside.
brown sugar
And melting.
snacks
Sweet,
from
sweet,
Indonesia.
sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
can taste. Ini
Melting
enak
in
guys
the bowl.
klepon.
Let's go.
Let's try it.
Selamat
Like this is
makan,
coconut.
guys.
So this is klapa on top.
Try this. This nasi goreng is. I know for sure you haven't tried this before. It's different.
Enak banget.
Enak ya? Mantap bang ya?
Mantap.
Mantap,
Mantap.
bosku.
That's good.
Mantap bosku.
So, what's the plan? Like you now, you try. You already live here for quite a long time. So what's like the plan that you've made? Like the project that what are you guys doing right now besides producing and DJing? Like, what's the next collaboration between local producers or
local DJ maybe?
Yeah, well, the plan for now is just to grow our name in Indonesia, make as many content as possible, many edits, and yeah, release original music as well. Indo-Bounce music, of course, original. Me and Jaya have a song coming up. I've been in the
spill guys, gua
Ada ya?
ada.
Boleh di spill dong. Boleh spill.
Iya intinya gitu ada.
It's a little spill.
Bulan kapan ya nggak pasti, cuman
Oke.
pastinya summer ini mungkin Agustus atau September ya tergantung.
Yeah.
Tapi kalau gue sering collab sama mereka sering banget kayak bikin edits. We always make quite do a lot edits. Bikin konten juga jarang kalau konten tapi pernah juga cuma lebih ke editnya si Amalen sama Bulu gitu.
Yeah, and I've also been in the studio with Mas Winky.
Yeah.
Winky Video.
Video.
Yeah, so we still need to finish that song, but it's gonna be done soon.
So you guys focusing on personal branding, right?
Yeah,
Indonesia.
Content and things like that. Just keep moving forward. It's still like a big learning curve for me because it's still so new for me. So just trying to figure out, the best way to navigate it.
So do you guys miss your country?
No.
Why you don't miss your country?
Boring lah.
Boring.
No, of course, like I do miss my parents, of course, family, friends. Like,
Enak?
No. Oh, I still need to try this one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good.
That's
A little
good.
bit spicy.
Is it?
But not that spicy. It's just a little bit. So that's why I try it first.
Okay, lah. Let's try.
This is what, jadi sebelum kita take shooting tadi gue bilang ke mereka kayak gue dari Surabaya, ini masakan Jawa beda itu kadang sama masakan Jawa Barat ya kan.
Jadi ini nasi goreng Surabaya nih ya?
Nasi goreng Surabaya nih.
Cewek apa cowok yang masak nih?
It's good.
Cowok ya.
Oh, cowok.
Namanya nasi goreng Pak Jo kalau nggak salah. Gue lupa. Iya ada tuh.
It's nice.
So this is Nasgo Surabaya.
Surabaya. So
Yeah, that's
you guys
spicy.
say you like Padang, right? Nasi Padang.
Yeah.
So but they cook in a Padang style. This is like the Javanese, real Javanese nasi goreng style.
Yeah, it's
So that way it
nice.
tastes different. Spicy?
It's, yeah, a little bit.
Fun fact ini bulu-bulu itu nggak bisa pedes. But can you speak?
Yeah.
Oh iya, yang lebih ke asam ya biasanya sukanya.
Iya, mereka apalagi Len nih nggak bisa banget ya pedas. Kalau bulu mungkin masih, you still can hold a little bit spicy, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty good with spice.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it's
like-
Good.
Like,
I'm a
yeah.
pussy with that.
Sometimes it's hard to enjoy it because it's like, I don't know, can handle it, but not really enjoy it if it's super hot, you know. This is good.
The taste is problem. The taste is so good, so I want to eat more, but
No, it's okay.
But
It's
it's
too
spicy.
spicy, it's okay.
let's go. We go. I'm hungry.
Ntar mencret lagi.
Lapa.
So guys, what the goals next step in Indonesia for you?
The goal,
Yeah, the goals.
yeah, just keep moving forward, just keep building and Lenny's dying.
Ini tuh kayak challenge sama makan fried chicken yang pedes terus di interview.
Level 10 gitu ya?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to continue this. Go on.
Go on, bro.
You should try the Richeese chicken.
The richest chicken?
Richeese in Indonesia, Richeese.
Well, it's like a fast food in Indonesia.
Oh.
I think you know, it's called Richeese.
Richeese.
Yeah.
Richeese.
I don't know.
Beaches.
Masa nggak ada sih?
Beaches.
Bukan
Di Bali kayaknya nggak ada sih, Jay.
Nggak ada ya?
Nggak ada di Bali.
Iya.
Di
Oh,
Jakarta.
next time gua
ada.
ajak.
Harus
Richeese. Wah,
coba
asli.
level 1 aja.
Iya, level pedes banget anjir.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, damn.
So, how about the goals?
Yeah, nothing specific for me personally. Like I've already done a lot of things that I've wanted to do in the past year. For now, like play festivals and big shows and stuff here. So now just accelerate that and just keep going and more consistency.
Dikembangin.
Okay.
Yeah. And just build a solid foundation, things like that. Yeah.
Well, I got one goal that might be fun is to get like a big room Indobounce track on a good label, like worldwide. So this goes like a little bit international. That would be cool. So that I don't know how to do it or which label will be open for it, but try to make some because back in it, like it's still Indobounce, like the beats, it sounds a bit like Jungle Dutch. That was back in the day, pretty popular. It was on Spinning Records and guys like Afrojack, Rehab.
Like a Dirty Dutch, maybe.
Yeah, Dirty Dutch. They all did that stuff. So it would be cool if it's like for like an international audience, do something similar but in a new style of sounds. So let's see.
Let's see, guys.
Let's see.
So yeah, I mean, I just want to know, like, what's the impression? Okay, it's been more than a year. You live here.
Yeah.
So like, what's the impression that you come in Indonesia within the scene, for the difference between you DJing in your own country and now it's in Indonesia, and you're also following the industry here. So,
what I like about here is like it's, especially like the Indonesian DJs. It feels like it's like one big family of friends. Like everybody knows each other. They play each other's edits and music. That's cool. Like,
but they also do that in your country, right? Of course, it's like worldwide thing, I think. Like you course support each other.
Yeah, but like personally, I haven't been in that scene in Holland yet because I wasn't like DJing full time. So this is the first time I experienced something like that. But it's like it's a really nice group of people. Everybody's friendly. Everybody's nice. It's cool. I know for you.
Yeah, it's I think
very welcoming.
Yeah. It's just different culture, but I feel like there's a lot of opportunity here as well. Because like I was saying before with, the clubs being open 7 days a week, like the fact that you can do that is, it's cool. Yeah.
Tapi ya itulah, so kalian bisa tahu bahwa perbedaannya memang sangat banyak ya. Gue juga personally gue pernah experience sendiri waktu di Belanda. Memang apa yang mereka katakan itu benar. Kayak culture kita, musiknya itu beda-beda dan ya, like okay, this is one good question. Do you guys think Indonesian music genre can go international? Because let's say, okay, there is a music genre from Belanda, from Germany that's called techno, there's from Africa, we call Amapiano. It's all international and all people can accept it. I ask for like all of us here, what do you think about the Indonesian genre? Is it possible to go international or will people actually enjoy it or is it going to be like a song
anything is possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
I don't know about like Europe specifically. Like Asia, yeah, that can work. Like for instance, Malaysia, Thailand, like countries around Indonesia, like also with a big vibrant clubbing scene. Yeah, that can definitely work there because like it's fun party music.
Yeah, like party
like,
vibes. But I
this
feel
type
like
of music is too different for the culture.
I think it's because like Western people and things like that, they're used to like rave music more so.
Yeah.
So this is like, it's just different. So because it's like more party, happy. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Party happy song.
I'm not sure.
But
like,
yeah, anything is possible.
It
right?
could, but like the beats like boom 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 boom. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's not really common in Holland. It's more like the Latino ta 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 like that, or like just house 4 to the floor.
Okay.
I don't
like more danceable
you
stuff.
never really hear breaks Yeah, well, like the dubstep is getting a bit popular, like
Yeah,
the
but it's
UK
also-
garage.
UK garage breaks, yeah.
Yeah.
It's also
but it's a bit more darker.
Higher
It's a bit more
BPM
darker.
as well, so it's more movable, you know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be.
Because it's already been big
I
here
think-
for like a
what-
couple years now, right?
What can work is it like if it's like a Indo-bound style, but like in a pop song. If you know what I mean? Like,
Okay,
so it's
I
like a
see.
commercial
Yeah.
pop
like a
song.
radio,
like a
radio
proper,
stuff.
like a proper radio. That might work actually. But I like for clubbing, I don't know yet. I don't know yet.
Tapi gue lupa pernah ngomongin di podcast sebelumnya tuh, belum sama Package yang waktu kita sama Package. Cuman gue tuh pernah main di Malaysia dan DJ sana itu appreciate Indonesia karena dia bilang di Indonesia ini ada genrenya sendiri.
Indo-bounce.
Yaitu Indo-bounce, dan mereka tuh suka appreciate karena ini orang sana yang ngomong ya, si residennya, karena di Malaysia sendiri itu tidak ada genre negara mereka sendiri, ngerti nggak maksudnya?
Belum ada mungkin.
Iya,
ya.
kalau kita ke Indonesia kan ada apa? Breakbeat,
Iya,
funk
iya,
Indo, dangdut, koplo, terus sekarang Indo-bounce yang bagian elektronik itu tuh
khususnya
bahkan
di dance
mereka
music
aja
ya?
appreciate gitu, mereka aja bisa menerima gitu. Memang ya kalau masalah go internasional enggaknya sih ya itu
Tergantung investor aja ya. mau bikin festival Indo-bounce kah di luar gitu loh.
Ya, tapi memang namanya telinga orang-orang
Iya,
di
iya,
dunia ini beda-beda, cuman ya nggak pernah tahu ya, semoga
Nggak
aja
pernah
kalau
yang tahu aja, 10
Iya.
kali festival kayaknya teredukasi gitu kan.
But we never can know, right? For instance, like Amapiano out of nowhere it comes to the world because it's an African song.
Yeah, yeah.
It's always changing.
Yeah, we never know. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
always changing.
Always
So
changing.
it could be, but like I'm not sure yet. Like, but if there's like a pop song coming through in Indo-bound style,
Yeah, something that can go viral worldwide
Yeah.
would make sense
Yeah.
for it to happen.
yeah,
Otherwise, it's
too-
either going to take a long time or it just won't happen.
it's
maybe.
just too new for them. Yeah, but so it could, like, everything's possible. But
Yeah.
like, when I went back to the Netherlands, for instance, I showed my friends Cartel, and they were like,
What is it?
"What's this? How you dance to it?" Like, yeah, this is the biggest song in Indonesia at the moment. Everybody loves it. And they're like, "How?" Like, it's just too
This is
different. Like,
actually-
they
Yeah,
haven't
that-
heard it before. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I
also
think that's-
our reaction at
I
first.
think that's why too, because
Yeah,
like
it's too far away.
But history always repeats with music,
Yeah.
right? And because it hasn't ever been a thing
Yeah.
in Australia or Europe, that's why I think it won't work. But also, yeah, you never know, because it was a thing in Indonesia years ago, right? And then it's come back again, hasn't it?
Like the breaks always
yeah.
have been a thing
Iya,
here.
iya benar
right?
juga sih. Memang it's like it's coming back with a new type of fresh, more a bit different
Yeah,
style, but the
okay. Yeah.
basic was like there was there
Jungle-
before,
jungle
but it's just
Dutch
in a
breaks.
different
Yeah.
type of it.
Yeah.
But this is also the same thing, like what you said. Like
Yeah.
if you show the song of Indonesian song to your friends,
Yeah.
because we're in the different years, they don't know what it actually is. Like they will say, "What is this song? What is
Yeah.
this shit?" Like it happens the same thing if I play.
Play
let's
big
say-
room, play big room techno. for
Kayak big
instance.
room techno di
Yeah,
Indonesia.
it's the other way
Enggak,
around.
bos, sumpah.
People
Iya,
like,
bener nggak?
they're
Maksud gue
like,
kayak-
what's this? They
Yeah.
don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So,
like
It's the same sort of
for
thing.
example,
Yeah.
I played, ya gue nggak sebut kotanya, but I played in one of the quite small city in Java,
Kabupaten,
couple days ago. Gue main big room techno, orang kayak,
yeah, yeah.
like itu sama sebenarnya kalau dibalik sama sih. Kayak memang di dunia ini pasti ada perbedaan gitu.
Butuh
Jadi kayak-
investor.
Butuh
Buat-
investor.
Buat mengkelilingin gitu ya, bikin
So yeah,
event
you
ya
can
gitu loh.
compare it with that. It's just like people don't know about it, so they don't know how to react to it. So
Yeah, but
I
also
think we just
people
have to get in the bounce.
Big room
outside.
techno is worldwide big, but if you put it
Yeah.
in Indonesia, people like it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
it's the same thing. Yeah.
People
Yeah.
stick to what they know. That's why you can still play
Yeah.
Pitbull and things like that, because
Yeah.
people know it. It
Nice.
works already.
But we like it now because we're in Indonesia. We hear it all the time.
Yeah.
So now you're familiar with it.
Yeah.
Like before we went to Jakarta, there was the Mambo Jumbo tour at Atlas.
Yeah, yeah.
We were so drunk and we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. Like every song, we were like, yeah, for real. Like so, like.
Yeah, it's what
you understand now.
you're used to.
Yeah, you understand
and,
now how it
and
works.
your surroundings as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if like all the residents in all the cities and everything is playing it, people are gonna get used to that.
Iya, bener
So
kata
they're
lu
going
sih.
to enjoy that.
Ya udah, Dom mau
Makes
nggak
sense.
bikin festival di mana? Paling dekat Australia gitu misalnya.
Oke, ditembak
Ya,
guys.
bikin seminggu gitu.
Iya, harus guys.
Racunin telinga-telinga nih orang nih.
Jadi kalau ini investor harusnya udah bisa ngelihat sih sisi bisnisnya gitu kan. Bisnis things
Kalau gede bagus loh, Bos.
bagus banget tuh gitu kan. Karena mereka aja kan tadinya asing kan dengerin Indobans gitu kan. Tapi akhirnya main sekarang
karena
kan.
semua kalau didengerin tiap hari, dilakuin tiap hari pasti jadinya ya bisa.
Jadi
gitu,
terbiasa.
suka, iya, betul.
Bener. Tak kenal maka tak sayang
Masuk
gitu.
akal.
It's an interesting subject to talk about, like culture difference. It's cool. Let's make Indobounce international.
Gokil.
Gokil bang.
Gokil.
Mantap.
Yeah, it was fun to talk with you guys. Thank you for coming to this. But I got a question. Did you know Doms DJ before?
Yeah, I saw it from
Where?
the content.
From where?
Yeah, of course from you, but
From
also
me.
Social media.
Also from Mugi, I saw the content and
Mugi
on
Tara.
social media. Yeah.
Halo.
Halo. Apa kabar? Like, no, yeah, like the studio. You've seen it a lot of times on social media, so you guys doing a great job. Like it's a nice environment to be in, and it's like nicely branded. So
Thank you.
it's really cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's cool. It's recognizable.
Oh, it's great for the scene as well, you know,
Yeah,
for
like a platform.
upcoming and people who are already in it. I think
Yeah.
it's cool. Yeah, it's great.
Kayaknya udah cukup kali ya. So far cukup. Mungkin kalau kalian ada next pertanyaan tambahan, boleh komen aja ya.
Boleh komen, kita sangat suka membaca komen.
Terus nextnya DJ bule siapa lagi mau diundang nih Jaya?
Anjir, siapa? You guys have any friends bule that we can invite here? JC sebenarnya bisa.
JC.
Mungkin next time kalau dia lagi ke Jakarta gitu kita
Iya.
sempetin. Mereka juga bikin konten, it's like
Di TikTok ya sering ya, gue
di
suka
TikTok,
lihat ya.
mereka bikin TikTok juga. Sebenarnya kalau kalian juga follow gue, kalian tau lah siapa mereka karena gue beberapa kali bikin edit juga atau sering bersama mereka ya gitu.
Gue liat kontennya This or That kalau nggak salah gitu ya, Len ya. Len bukannya bikin ya?
Oh iya, the content This or That you make. You both make the same content, right?
We did so that? No, well, we get like. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, we did.
So,
coffee or tea. Like yeah. We
Like
did.
European girls or Asian girls.
Yeah.
Which one? European or Asian?
Yes.
Oke, so thank you guys buat kalian yang nonton dari awal sampai habis. Kalian juga bisa like video ini kalau kalian suka dan kalian bisa dislike kalau kalian nggak suka. So thank you juga for you both guys.
Thank you so much for the invite.
Next maybe we can make some creative mix content.
Yeah, sure. Let's do
For
it.
short format like a Reels, TikTok.
Yeah, we'd love to do that.
Yeah.
It's a cool idea. Let's do it.
Jaya.
Bisa bareng-bareng.
We'll stay in touch. We'll come again. It's cool.
So, Doms DJ.
Your daily DJ updates.
Let's go. Yalla bangku.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.